two superstars in our showcase, none of this would be possible. Because without Afa and Sika, without the wild Samoans, there truly is no dynasty. While it was their father who made the blood oath with High Chief Peter Maivia, it was Afa and Sika who built the family up, training generations of relatives, all with the single goal of becoming the best professional wrestler on the face of the planet. And while the two would together be WWE Hall of Famers, based solely on their work as trainers and cultivators of the next generation, their in-ring successes only add to their immortality. Afa and Sika formed WWE's most dominant tag team of the early 1980s, fighting their way to the WWE Tag Team Championship on 3 separate occasions. Opponents were often defeated before the bell even rang to start the match, falling victim to the aura and the intimidation factor of having to step into the ring with the wild Samoans, accompanied by Captain Lou Albano. The trio formed a masterful group that was able to take all opponents off their game, be it through Albano's devious schemes or the overpowering nature of the wild Samoans. WWE had never dealt with a team so primal, turning each match into a battle of survival. Most feared, the deadly Samoan drop, a move that has been imitated by many, but duplicated only by a chosen few.
There they are, the wild Samoans.
These are immigrants coming from the island, trying to figure it out, trying to find a way. I couldn't imagine being these men. I couldn't imagine taking on these responsibilities of setting the tone in a whole new country. And then trying to break into entertainment on top of that. But they made it work. And that's what we are. We're workers. We make it work.
These tribal elders set the standard for all of their descendants to not only follow, but they also taught their descendants how to surpass it. So beloved were the two that perhaps no moment holds more significance to your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, than when he was presented the Ula Fala by his father Sika and Uncle Afa after the 2020 Hell in a Cell event. You see, it was their acknowledgement that gave Roman Reigns the unshakable confidence to continue his journey to becoming the greatest of all time.
The utmost respect, love, and gratitude for those men. Because if my father and uncle don't do what they do, we're not here.
We now humbly present to you the honor of walking in the famed footsteps of the wild Samoans, finding a tag team in WWE's long and storied history that we felt would test the wild Samoans was not an easy task. But then, a thought came to your wise man. Why not give the audience exactly what they want? Why not put the wild Samoans against one of the greatest tag teams of all time? Why not present Afa, Sika, the wild Samoans versus Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys? And if we're going to go that far, let's do it in a tables match. Showcase that savage brutality that made both teams the eternal legends we know them to be. No pinfalls, no submissions, no rules. Just be the team that avoids being put through the table, and you will emerge victorious. And with these 4 men, you better believe that things are going to get extreme.
And here they come. Bubba Ray and Devon are ready for a fight.
That's just what they'll get from Afa and Sika, and then some.
The following contest is a tag team tables match. And at a combined weight of 603 pounds, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys.
It takes a strong brotherly bond to agree to go into battle against the Wild Samoans, but that's exactly what Bubba Ray and Devon have.
I have a strong feeling this match isn't going to be for the faint of heart.
Well, look, the Dudley Boys may not be all there in the head, but they're easily the most highly decorated tag team in pro wrestling history. They've beaten the best, they've beaten the toughest, and they're ready to come in and beat the wildest tonight.
Both the Dudley Boys and the Wild Samoans are coming into this tables match with something to prove. Who's the best tag team of all time? Who's the more cohesive, brotherly unit?
Who's more savage? Who's more extreme? Gentlemen, we are moments away from finding out the answers to these questions once and for all.
Guys, this is going to be a great one. You can feel the electricity already.
I feel the excitement and some fear, too.
Accompanied by Captain Lou Albano. And a combined weight of 645 pounds. Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
This tables match might be a dream match for many, but for both the Wild Samoans and the Dudley Boys, this is about to be one team's greatest nightmare.
Afa and Sika clearly not looking to back down here.
The Dudleys can certainly handle...
2-on-2 tables match here with the masters of the match, the Dudley Boys, taking on the Wild Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your mind. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother can put your brother through a table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts become reality.
Saxton, I never want to hear about the inner workings of your mind ever again.
I second that, but the Dudley Boys and the Wild Samoans are two teams who also clearly have a few screws loose. This should be intense. Afa and Sika, both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common amongst wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train, it's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat.
Corey, I've got to know, what can the Wild Samoans do to get the advantage in this tables match? After all, this is the Dudley Boys match, the match they put on the map, the match they're synonymous with.
Or maybe the Wild Samoans have to be a little less wild, Cole. They still need to brutalize their opponents because that's what they do best. But the last thing Afa and Sika want to do is rush head first into a table. After all, that's exactly how you lose.
What a blow!
Carefully measured right.
A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans, like they're part of a pack of untamed beasts. I really wonder what it will take for the Dudley Boys to have control of them.
Maybe they'll take a sledgehammer? A truck? They're not human, Byron. You can knock them down, but they'll keep coming back.
Oh, my Lord! Oh, man, John headbutt.
returning to the ring. I can't begin to imagine what he's got planned here, guys.
Maybe it's a yard sale. Alpha is fired up and ready to go.
Ooh, right in the face. And we can hop on how this match was something almost tailor-built by the Dudley boys.
From the top.
Oh, he paid for that high risk.
Vicious right forward. Oh, God. Tag with a punch.
And talk about giving a DDT with authority. Uh-oh. Setting course to the top turnbuckle.
Lift off. Whoa, look out. Completely throwing self-preservation out the window.
I don't know how your mind would even think about doing that. Alpha moved at the right time, targeting the throat there.
He finds a counter for Bubba Ray.
Alpha turning up the intimidation factor.
Such a peculiar look coming from the Wild Samoans, as if they have no control of their animalistic behavior. Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo, and we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon.
Yeah, they don't need much flash. They're just a formidable ground and pound team. If they lack in offensive creativity, they make up for it in blunt force trauma. And nothing packs more blunt force trauma than an Alpha or Sika headbutt.
Hopped up into the Samoan drop. Incredible.
Alpha and Sika might have just... here we go.
Hold on a second. He might be finding a submission hold here.
Might tap here. Not that it'll matter. Needs to escape and does. Gets free from that painful hold.
The adrenaline is pumping and the WWE Universe is up.
Keep on with a kick to the guts. Turns his opponent over. And the Dudley boys remain the kings of the tables match.
Here are your winners, Bubba Ray and Devon.
2-on-2 tables match here with the masters of the match, the Dudley boys, taking on the Wild Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your mind. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother can put your brother through a table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts become a reality.
Saxton, I never want to hear about the inner workings of your mind ever again.
I second that, but the Dudley boys and the Wild Samoans are two teams who also clearly have a few screws loose. This should be intense.
A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans. They're part of a pack of untamed beasts. I really wonder what it'll take for the Dudley boys to have control of them.
Maybe it'll take a sledgehammer? A truck? They're not human, Byron. You can knock them down, but they'll keep coming back. Now, these are obviously two juggernaut tag teams clashing, but this is also a match that clearly favors one team over the other. Be honest, Corey, do you think the Wild Samoans really have a chance in this one?
This is the Dudley's wheelhouse, Cole. No team knows more about excelling in a tables match than Devon and Bubba Ray. The Wild Samoans have a lot of unbridled aggression working in their favor, but ultimately, they're up against the Masters. What a sick thump from that table.
And now he gets back into the ring.
Man, inverted backbreaker. Ow!
And we can harp on how this match was something almost tailor-built by the Dudley boys. With a famous series of TLC matches they've had, the Dudleys have become synonymous with the T in TLC.
And that didn't stand for tender, Cole. It means tables, and it means...
Launch up to the outside.
Fearlessly soaring to the outside. My goodness.
Doing whatever it takes to eliminate the competition. And a series of vicious stomps. And if the first stomp doesn't send you the message, the follow-up ones definitely will.
His stamina is getting tested here.
Sky high.
Taking a flight to nowhere.
A gruesome landing. I don't know how you walk away from that.
And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Alpha and Sika are even aware of what the tables are for. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment, expecting a bell to eventually ring.
Look at this, going right after the left arm. He is looking to do some serious harm.
Hard to grab or apply a proper hold after a move like that?
Look, the most intelligent competitor in a battle knows that there are many roads to victory, including the low road.
Dropping the elbow right on the knee. Discus punch.
Chair shot delivered.
The sidestep out of the way. This is right forward.
Both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common of most wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train. It's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat, countering each other again and again.
Gets out of dodge.
Moving into the ring. He's in a bit of agony now.
So far, this tables match has been just as brutal as we anticipated.
And that blow has him wavering.
I think we're about to see a body go through a table real soon.
Looks like he has something planned with his table, guys.
I don't want to know.
And he gets directed into the corner.
And a counter by Alpha.
Corey already executing the plan.
The Wild Samoans just took a bumpy trip to Dudleyville. He's doing some dangerous redecorating.
I think the table really ties it all together.
What a reversal. He answers right back.
Hot dog into the Samoan drop. Incredible.
Alpha and Sika might have just shown us the prelude to the Dudley's demise.
Ooh, treading all over their opponent.
With authority. Alpha gets intercepted.
Catches him. Hot dog into the Samoan drop. Incredible.
The Wild Samoans just completely wrecking the Dudley boys in there.
He can't seem to find any answer here.
Yeah, he's just running on fumes now.
Determination in his eyes, and now a kendo stick in his hands.
And each of these lethal maneuvers have got to be taking a toll. These are the kind of attacks that completely throw off your equilibrium. And he's getting downright nastier and nastier with each of these attacks.
Hot dog on the top. Devon now has his opponent set up.
And saving grace.
That was the Dudley boys showing the Wild Samoans what tag team wrestling is all about.
And we're witnessing, this is not going to look pretty. Submission being applied.
Trying to fight it. Looking for a crucial escape. Yes, breaking the hold. Saving himself for the time being.
He dodges out of danger.
I still can't get over the look I always see on the Wild Samoans. It's like they have a one-track mind towards savage brutality.
They for sure answer yes to every question that makes up a scary tag team. Yes, they're wrong. Yeah.
Sleeper hold.
And Sika just beat the Dudley boys at their own game.
Here are your winners, Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
And it's the Wild Samoans standing tall, having beat the Dudley boys at their own game.
Devon and Bubba pushed Alpha and Sika to their limits, but in the end, there was only one way this match could end.